And I had a lot of bad therapists, especially early on until I started figuring out how to make sure I have therapists that actually support me growing and don't abuse me or, you know, so there's some really awful therapists along the way. So, because I hope you hear this as a prescription. Go see a therapist, a good therapist, everybody. Everybody. Um, but one particular therapist stands out. I didn't actually go to see him as a therapist. I was trying to stop smoking, and I used the yellow pages. This is like kind of before Google. And there's this psychiatrist who apparently hypnotizes you to stop smoking. I'm like, okay. So I walk into his office, and he looks like Freud. He's like this old guy with a beard. The office looks like Freud's office. There's like a chair, and it's like, wow, this is kind of interesting. And I just wanted to stop smoking, right? That's it. I just need a little hypnotist to stop smoking. But no, he starts like fully investigating my life. And do you have a boyfriend? No, I don't have a boyfriend. I just haven't found the right guy, just all these questions that were just felt really invasive since I just wanted to stop smoking, and then he had me lay down. He started hypnotizing me, and I think this was the first time I'd ever been sort of intentionally hypnotized. Anyway, and then as he's talking, and he's saying stuff, and it's kind of soothing, and then he says, "You can keep the cigarettes out of your mouth like you keep the penis out of your vagina." And I snapped out of it right there, like, what? Keep the cigarette out of your mouth like you keep the penis out of your vagina. Like, huh? I just haven't found the right guy. That's it. I mean, actually, I was gay, but I didn't know that at all. And I kind of snapped out of it. And I was like, okay, how soon can I leave? And then after the session, he started talking to me about all the work that he sees he can do with me about my family and my sexuality and stuff. And I'm like, no, thank you. No, I'm going to go. And I like ran out of the office and pulled out a cigarette. Like, oh my fucking God, I'm smoking my cigarette. Holy shit, I can't believe that just happened. So, but also I want to say, for all the therapy I had for the neglectful, cruel parenting that I got from, I actually think the most therapeutic thing that has happened to me about that has happened fairly recently. Because on TikTok, there's a huge contingent of Gen X people talking about having survived their neglectful, abusive childhood. And that's because when we go see a therapist individually, it somehow, it gaslights you because it makes you think that somehow your mental illness, quote unquote, or your pain, let's call it that, your pain is about you. It's something wrong about you. You're in pain because there's something wrong about you. And that's bullshit, right? And so that's why I love group therapy, right? Or where we're talking about sort of the collective wounding, right? And so on TikTok, there's all these Gen X people talking about their collective wounding. There's even a t-shirt someone's created called Gen X, the generation of neglect and fire and water hoses. Because apparently, like, a lot of people had this situation where they were locked out of their house and the only water they were allowed to have was the water hose outside their house. That didn't happen to me because we never locked our house. Their doors were always open. But, and then, like, there's all these Gen X people, like, talking about horrific neglect and cruelty and laughing their asses off on TikTok because we're sharing our pain. That has been incredibly healing for me. Like, it's not me, which of course my parents, all our parents try to say, it's just you're just crazy. You're telling me I'm something and it's just because you're crazy. But like, no, it's like this entire generation of very similar experiences saying very similar things, to the boomer generation. And it's so healing to see all these Gen X people laughing and sharing like horrific stories of what they had to endure, and to know I'm not alone. It wasn't just me. I'm not what my parents say, like the source of this problem. No, it's them. It's something that happened with that generation of parents, and we don't really even know what it is. Right? We don't even know. I suspect someday we'll have some idea, better idea, and it's going to surprise the hell out of us. But anyway, that's just my hypothesis.